The AFC South Division title was awarded to the Tennessee Titans. The Colts were really close. They were able to defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Titans were involved in a crazy game that led up all the way to the very last second. This is what happened in the finishing moments where the Titans were crowned AFC South champions.
For the chance to host next week. Hit the upright and bounce through.
Oh, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. Unbelievable. He hits the right upright.
Crazy finish to the AFC South. I predicted the Colts to win it. They did take care of their job of beating the Jaguars. The Texans, like I said, were going to play inspired. They nearly pulled off the upset. Well, I don't know if he's a subscriber, but somebody commented in that video that I made titled that the Colts were going to win the AFC South title, said that I was going to take the L, that the Titans were going to win. And you know what? I was wrong. He was right. The Titans pulled through in a crazy, dramatic fashion. So a couple of things from these games. The Colts' run game is very scary. With Hines and, I forget the other running back's name. They're a tandem duo that in the playoffs, you have to be able to run the ball. And they were able to do that today. Granted, it was against the Jaguars' defense, but on the other side, don't get too confident on the Titans because Derrick Henry, even though he had a great, solid game today, that Houston Texans D could not stop him. And the holes were just wide open for him to go ahead and rush. And he finished the season with 2,000 rushing yards this year. Not many running backs are able to do that. Also, the Jaguars did play tough, even though we might hesitate at giving them credit defensively. Overall, as a team, they had that game pretty close against the Colts, and they were pretty tough, but the Colts were able to pull it out. Also, the next game that we're going to see the Colts play in will be against the Bills. That's a very tough matchup for the Colts. I don't know how far and how deep they're going to go in the playoffs because the Bills are looking like a legitimate threat. I think we might be seeing the Bills versus the Chiefs in an upcoming AFC championship game. Another thing with the Colts is that this could be Phillip Rivers' last season. He was talking about retirement, especially if the Colts didn't make the playoffs. Not that they've made the playoffs, I'm sure this run is going to be extremely important to him. And even if they don't win the Super Bowl, I think this will be the time that he will retire. I don't think he's going to come back next season. So the Colts are going to have to start looking elsewhere. Does that mean Jacoby Brissett takes over the helm again? Or do they go after what rumors are saying, a possible Carson Wentz trade? I don't know, but I think if Phillip Rivers gets close, or if he goes one and done with the Colts in the postseason, I think it doesn't matter. I think he's already thinking about retirement, and I think that's where his mindset is already set, that this is his last run. So pay attention to the Colts. You'll be watching Phillip Rivers for the very last time. Another thing is that the Titans versus the Texans, it actually was not a close game. The Titans were doing a really good job of beating up on the Texans. This game did not become a game until late in the third, entering the fourth quarter, where the Texans started to come back, meaning that the Titans either let up or they were starting to just blow it, flat out blow it, and allow the Texans back into the game to the point where the Texans did take the lead with 35 points. But we ended up having about a field goal kickoff there towards the very end. I have questions about this team. I don't know how good they are. They are capable of getting back to the AFC Championship game, however. But I just don't have a lot of faith in this team. I think that I'm looking at a Buffalo, a Pittsburgh, or even a Cleveland Browns team to face the Kansas City Chiefs, depending on how the divisional round stacks up. I think I trust more one of those teams than the Titans at this very point. A great finish to the AFC South. I can't wait to see how those two teams perform in the playoffs. Thank you guys for watching this video. Comment below who you guys think will get advanced further in the playoffs, either the Titans or the Colts.